Welcome with the nasty pastor. You know what I'm back with. It's Friday. What is that? The fall of America. Look, I can't keep expressing how happy I am to read this. I can't keep expressing how happy I am to cut the devil down. You get what I'm saying? Cut the devil down. You know, my generation, we too ignorant to have seen the BS Minister Farrakhan pushed out to the world. You get what I'm saying? We too ignorant. You get me? We too ignorant. So I say this to you once again. I'm here to save Elijah. I ain't here to save Minister Farrakhan. I want that devil dead. That's a devil. I say you a devil. Come correct it. Anyway, for those of you that agree, for those of you that are viewing it, hype it up. Stand in this, because I'm going to stand with you. The wrong in America comes from him. Ben came from him. Ben trying to keep America divided. Been trying to divide the black community. Just because I don't think like you, just because I don't see things your way, don't mean it's for you to mess with me. Don't mean it's for you to ridicule me. Don't mean it's for you to talk mess about me, lie on me, do dirt to me. You get it? You understand me? You're the fuel of all this anger. You're the fuel of all this BS. And your ministry, your ministry, your congregation, y'all a bunch of drug addicts. I said it. You get me? I said it. You a bunch of dope fiends. And I don't believe you could be a Muslim unless you a dope fiend. That is the initiation. That is what the Shahada about. Cool. Anyway, as I said, with the nasty pastor, this is another reading of the fall of America. I believe we're still in chapter 33. The title is Martin, Babylon is Falling. The Bible warns you and me that on the final destruction of the wicked, Allah will say to the angel that he has to usher in the judgment to bring his people to him, everyone that is called by his name. For he gives his people his name so that he may save them, so that they may be the servant of Allah as they were the servant of the white slave master. As long as you are in the name of the white slave master, you belong to the white slave master, and regardless to what you believe, and regardless to how mighty you think that you are, you will not be accepted by the black people and the God of our black people if you have the name of white people and if you are in the religion called Christianity. Now let's pause this right here, because as I'm reading this, there's some things going through my head that I want to say. You get me? How ignorant are you? You know, COVID killed people. I wish there was a poll taken on how many Muslims ran their butt to get vaccinated. I wish it was. For real, I wish it was. But I'm going to say this to you Muslims. You know, a real Muslim don't get vaccinated. A real Muslim said, whom I pray to is going to keep me healthy. Right? I know I learned that. I know I learned that studying with the brothers. I know I did. I know what was said. I know how it was presented. And I say this to you. If you catch Ebola, let's say Ebola come, and if you can get to a vaccination center quick enough, you can be cured. Are you Muslims going? Are you Muslims going, or are you going to sit there and pray and wait on Allah to do what? Because see, some of y'all got AIDS. I'm not going to say the whole Muslim community have AIDS. Some of y'all have AIDS. Some of y'all take these pills, right? Then you're not a Muslim. You get me? And the reason they're killing you, because you're not a Muslim. You get me? You may wear the Muslim flag. You may come out here and you may speak, talk, and congregate with Muslims, but they have no respect for you. So they're killing you off. As long the fall of America is now going on, she is falling. The cause of her fall is universally known, as it was with ancient Babylon. The fall of ancient Babylon was known. The great prophet Daniel, the mouthspeak of God, was in her midst, and his people, the Jews, were enslaved. In ancient Babylon, according to history, during the reign of Nebuchadnezzar and Belshazzar, the Jews suffered under the ruthless law of these two kings against the Jewish God, religion, and people. These two rulers of ancient Babylon disrespected everything regarding the sacred religion and worship of Jehovah by the Jews. Now, Jehovah is supposed to be Jesus, right? Right? So I ask you this again. Is the covenant still with the demiurge and the Jews? Because if you look at everything Jews has went through since the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, which is Jehovah, you get me? Which is Jehovah? Have you asked yourself why? Have you asked yourself why did Hitler do these things to the Jews? Have you? Have you? See, I can't speak too much about what Ramses did up in Africa, up in Kemet, up in ancient Egypt. I can't speak too much because that was an ignorant man at a time to show mercy upon a culture of people that he did not. And the reign of destruction that came upon our dynasty, our legacy, our civilization was deserving. And I'm a Kemite. Yes, I'm a Kemite. And I'm telling you it was deserving. I'm letting you know it was deserving. You get it? Yeah, deserving. That was some really cruel, that was real cruel and real inhumane punishment. You get me? Some things were supposed to let go. And if you really wanted to keep production in Kemet, in Africa, in ancient Egypt, all you had to do was start paying them wages. You didn't have to keep them as a slave. You get it? But an ignorant person always want people to do work for nothing. That's an ignorant person. You get me? An ignorant person. Pay them. Pay them. Pay them. Do you know what happened to America during the slavery era? Do you know what happened for real, for real? If you really look at the structuring from the 1600s to maybe the 1800s or the 1900s, you don't see the demise of the white community that was enslaving the black community. You don't see what happened to them. You don't see it, right? Because they had a backbone to fall upon. You get me? A backbone to fall upon. And then the black community did not keep forcing. You understand what I'm saying? The black community did not keep enforcing pain upon them. We started moving on and building the black community up. We stopped worrying about what they was doing. You understand what I'm saying? We stopped that. We started having more concern and more efforts to forwarding the black community. Now, when it came that the black community started being vindictive to the white community, what started happening? I rest my case. Some things are meant to be left alone. You get me? Left alone. They took Jerusalem and captured the nobles of Israel. They raided and sacked the city and the Jews' house of worship. They made mockery and shambles of all that stood for Jehovah and the Jews. They made mockery of the prophets and the sacred vessels that God had King Solomon make. and put in the house of worship of the Jews so that they should be sacred. Nebuchadnezzar and his nephew or grandson, according to some historians, Belshazzar, gave the Jews no honor and no respect whatsoever. Under both of their reigns, God made an example of them to serve as an example of a future people's opposition and disrespect of God and his people. I tell you what I'm going to do. Before we wrap this reading up, I'm going to go on and give you an understanding of what was said to the minister, Elijah Muhammad, for him to really listen to this Jew, Fard Muhammad. I know what he said. I get it now. Okay, where we at? Nebuchadnezzar and his nephew or grandson, according to some historians, Belshazzar gave the Jews no honor and no respect whatsoever. Under both of their reigns, God made an example of them to serve as an example of a future people's opposition and disrespect of God and his people. Master Fard Muhammad, who is Allah in person, wants to make it clear that he has chosen the American so-called Negroes to be his people. The truth that he gives to them and they themselves are sacred before his eyes and the world of the righteous. Showing disrespect to God and his people is inviting the punishment and doom of God. What I'm going to do, you know what I mean, because we're not going to overstep my time limit. But come on, let's finish. Let's get out this chapter. Come on, let's roll. A careful observer or seeker of truth of the time and history being made in these times can easily see how well the history of ancient Babylon, its rulers and its people fits in with the histories of the rulers and peoples of America and England. America's enslavement of the so-called Negro and England's enslavement of people fit so completely with the history of ancient Babylon that it cannot be denied that the ancient history of Babylonian empire and people was prototypical of America. You know what I'm going to do? I ain't going no further because there's two things I can discuss right now that I'm going to kill this hatred this man put in the black community. You got what I'm saying? It's right there. England enslaved us, right? It's right there, right? But no one want to give you the real answers or the real dots to get the reparations, right? Right? But these are your leaders. They don't want you with no money. You get what I'm saying? It's right there. A Muslim, the minister wrote it. It's right there telling you you have to go after England, not America. It's there. It's there. So why haven't Farrakhan filed for y'all? Why have not Farrakhan did it? Want you a slave? Now I'm going to tell you what Master Fard Muhammad told Elijah. This is what he said to that man. Look at all the things that have been done to these Jews. You get me? Look at everything. You just heard what I read that Elijah said about the Jews. The Jews are in the favor of the demiurge, right? Don't you think to get this black man, to get this African, whether he's an American or not, but to get this black man to understand what he's trying to do or to manipulate him, convince him to put this in America, teach this in America? Do you think, listen, may not be the right words, you get what I'm saying, but think about this. Do you think black America are not going to suffer the same punishment white America is going to suffer if you become a Christian, if you become a Baptist, if you become a Catholic? You better come on and become this Muslim. Because this is who the demiurge is going to protect, save, and bring to heaven. Come on now, you better go and think about it. Tell you what, if you haven't went out there sniff your dope, sniff your fentanyl, smoke your meth, sniff your coke, shot it up, shoot it up. If you haven't did anything in that, if you haven't done anything like that and you're viewing this, you might can get it. You might can understand what I just said, so you will understand that what? They still was going to enslave us again in America. You get me? The Jews were still going to enslave us again in America. I'm not saying it's all of them. You get what I'm saying? But the vindictive ones, yeah, they still was going to do it. They just was going to figure a way how to do it. Look, you've been with the nasty pastor, and I say this to you once again. You must like being a slave. You must like being a slave. I don't like being controlled. I don't like being able to tell. I don't like being able to be told to do nothing. I never liked prison. I never liked jail, because you are told, you are controlled. Anyway, as I said, you've been with the nasty pastor. Shape up or ship out. I love you.